Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Sher Jamal Khan, and I'm a professor of environmental engineering at the National University of Sciences and Technology, NUST, Islamabad, Pakistan. I started my academic journey from bachelor's in civil engineering from University of Engineering and Technology, Texila. Then I pursued my master's in civil and environmental engineering from Portland State University, Oregon, USA. And upon my return to Pakistan, I joined NUST. In 2003, I started my journey in NUST for a year, and then I pursued my PhD in environmental engineering and management from the Asian Institute of Technology, AIT, Thailand, Bangkok. Upon my return again to NUST, and again the journey started where I started my research capabilities mainly in environmental engineering and focusing on water and wastewater treatment technologies. That's the journey which led me the next 16 years when I moved on from an assistant professor position to associate and finally to the professor position. Prospective students having a background in FSE or in A levels, today I consider that environmental engineering program is one of the emerging programs that you can pursue and select. And reason being that today problems, issues globally, like we are looking at the climate change, water scarcity, water pollution, solid waste management, even resource recovery from solid waste are issues that require a lot of attention, and there is a big gap that needs to be filled. I always consider that this is a field where students can pursue. This field not only has its roots and requirement in Pakistan, but these are the challenges that can be addressed globally, and you can be part of this. The students should have skill sets in this field also, which can be very interesting, and maybe this is a great demand for that, is having good technical skills. So for example, having skills in AutoCAD, having skills in geographic information systems, having skill sets in climate mitigation or estimating carbon credits. These are a few things that today having such skill sets can really make an impact once you become an environmental engineer. This field is not only limited to having jobs in the industry, also it has a potential in the government, it has a huge potential in the global UN organizations and banks like the World Bank, the Asian Development Bank, because they have a big portfolio that look at environment in a big way. So today, environmental engineering graduates are not only part of very good institutions within Pakistan, but today they are having very good prospects abroad, especially in one of the top ranking universities where they are pursuing their masters and PhDs, or they are employed in one of the very emerging and very established consulting firms or organizations in the field of environmental engineering. So I consider that students must consider environmental engineering as one of their top priorities. And I also consider that this is not only an emerging field now, its demand is increasing even more in the coming decades. And let's not forget the Sustainable Development Goals, which is also a very important integral part of environmental engineering. In Pakistan, let us start here that we have the Ministry of Climate Change, which today is one of our very continuous and we have a very long-standing relationship with them. And some of our students today are part of this ministry. So this is the government sector. Second is departments like, where PCRWR, which look at water resources. We look at institutions like Environmental Protection Agency, which also employs environmental engineers. And then let's come to the international NGO sector. Today, graduates are increasingly being employed by one of the top international NGOs in Islamabad, and the name, for example, WWF, We talk about Water Aid Pakistan. We look at the UN agencies, particularly UNICEF Pakistan, and also the environmental section of the World Bank. So these are some of the institutions or organizations where our graduates are being employed. Looking at the industrial sector, let us not forget the textile industry, that today its footprint is so big that it is almost like, sixth or seventh biggest exporter of our products. And today these industries also require environmental engineers not only to take care of their wastewater treatment plants, but also in the area of occupational health and safety. Our oil and gas industry, especially let's say organizations like OGDCL or Mari Gas Pakistan or even Attak Oil Refinery, are some of the institutions where again our students are making huge impact and are being employed. So in totality, I would say there are many streams and avenues that the environmental engineers can be employed in, but it all depends upon your growth, your skills, especially your communication skills, your technical, especially in calculations, and let us not forget your presentation skills. So if you have these skills and you can make a contribution, I think there is a lot of prospect where environmental engineers can make a huge impact, and their employability rate is increasing day by day. So my journey in pursuing higher education in environmental engineering started with the fact that at that point in time in 2000, everything started with the Millennium Development Goals. And for those goals, one of the main areas of attraction was environmental sciences or engineering. And that's why I picked this field. Not only it was recommended to me by some of my mentors, but it was the field that was a necessity at that point in time. So if you would like to pursue something like this in your future, let us see that a lot of institutions today offer scholarships, offer full scholarships for Masters of Science or Engineering, and also in PhD in particular, from some of the top ranking world universities, and such universities such as, we talk about some of the top universities in Saudi Arabia. Let's say, for example, King Abdullah University of Science and Technology. We talk about the IHE Water Institute in Netherlands. In US, some of the top ranking universities, let's say University of California at Berkeley. These are some of the universities. And let us not even forget Singapore, where National University of Singapore or Nanyang Technical University are some of the limited universities I would just mention here that they offer scholarships. And in what areas they offer scholarships include climate change, wastewater engineering, water recycling, air pollution control, solid waste resource recovery and reuse, and the list goes on. So I would say that getting a higher education nowadays is not a choice, it is a necessity. And if you are really interested, there are so many avenues that you can pick up after getting your bachelor's degree. And as I mentioned, that today the higher education is focusing on sustainability. And when we talk about sustainability, the main thrust is on water sector today. You can very well imagine how the water industry or the water environment is being affected, not only in our country, but in a regional context or in a global context. And to become part of this, a problem and the avenues that needs to be addressed, I think is very important, considering the climate change around the corner, that such higher education would really make an impact in your future. 21st century. And as we speak today, artificial intelligence is a reality. And whatever area or path you pick, it is very important today to have artificial intelligence to be part of your journey and learning experience and learning curve. So AI, together with the skills or the impact that we need to create to address climate change or water scarcity, I would definitely say that it is very important that we consider that AI-related tools should definitely be part of your learning curve. And such tools are only to guide you, not to take it in totality, because AI tools can go wrong at times. So let us not forget that the skill sets that you develop in environmental engineering today, having the tools that are available to you in the domain of AI, and also to look at some of these very emerging issues. Let's say when we talk about global warming, climate change, and making water suitable for reuse, these are some of the things that today requires integration of artificial intelligence, tools of GIS and remote sensing, or like AutoCAD together can help you address these challenges. So let's not forget that your learning curve will always be there, and whatever is interesting, whichever area that you love to pursue, please remember to keep your passion alive, and only passion can make you successful. Just to pursue a career for the sake of salaries or some benefits, no, it should be a long-term approach, a long-term journey where you are consistent, where you are determined, where you have a very strong belief that whatever you are doing, it will have an impact not only for your country, but globally. My last bit of advice to my prospective students: always have the passion to explore, and always remember to be consistent in your approach. जो भी आप अपने लिए फैसला करें, always think about it, what impact it would create, not only for you, for your family, for your country, and globally. And today, environmental engineering is something that it has a direct impact on people's lives. So I would love that you pursue this career. It will have dividends for you, not only monetarily, but it will have an impact on people's lives. So good luck and all the best.